Is everyone's mic on? You gotta tap that little button.
What up, Toronto? Yeah.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming out. This is wonderful.
Wow, so many people.
Everyone's got power, everyone's mic'd.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Everyone's got power.
Everyone's got power. So welcome, you came down the street. I know Toronto is familiar territory for you. Are you filming at the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we're shooting season 4. It's going awesome. I know I'm the most biased person on the planet, but I think this is our best season yet. We literally can't say anything about it, so don't ask us, but it's gonna be awesome.
I think it's going to be awesome too. We're going to get to season 4 questions, absolutely.
Great, okay, cool.
I'm sure you're super NDA'd and can't talk about anything, but we're going to try. So first, I apologize on behalf of Toronto for you having to be here in March.
It's actually warm, right?
I was gonna say,
okay.
Thank you, Toronto, because this has been a pretty decent winter, right? This hasn't been a bad winter. I did a show here back in 2010 called Breakout Kings on A&E, and when we shot the pilot, it was negative, well, I'm speaking in Fahrenheit, it was like negative 30 degrees with the wind chill. So, this has been a great winter.
Okay, so that's real nice, by the way. That's very diplomatic, all of you. But now that you
I'm from LA, man. This is a horrible winter for me.
Thank you. We appreciate your honesty.
Every Canadian's like, this is a mild winter. I'm like, no, don't say that. I feel way worse.
Yeah, and there was like, even this morning, it was like sunny, and then there was a snowstorm for 10 minutes.
I didn't know about this. When was that?
This is a good thing for you. You were
This
inside.
morning?
Yeah. I turned in, there was a whiteout.
I was asleep.
I almost didn't leave the house. Good for you. What a charmed life. But now that you've been in Toronto so much, you probably know the city a little bit. So what do you, what's your go-to? Anything you love about Toronto? You can choose one thing.
Burgers.
Burgers?
Toronto has got to have the best selection of burgers and pizza. Amazing pizza places. Right? My goodness. Am I the only one that's a foodie in the house? We're the foodie twins.
Yeah, you two specifically are the foodie twins, for sure.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but can you name drop? Do you have a favorite place?
Oh, speaking of drop.
Burger Drops in Liberty Village.
So good.
One of our favorite burger joints in town. Amazing burgers. And Maker's Pizza is one of my favorite. And north of Brooklyn too.
Yes.
This will turn into a food show if you guys don't stop me right now.
We're a foodie city. We love that kind of content.
Honestly, it's some of the best food I've ever had is in this city.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For me, it's there's a place called Dilo on College. That's amazing. Some Dilo fans in the house. And then there's Otto's Berlin Donair.
Yes.
In Kensington Market.
I didn't know about that place.
You gotta go.
Oh my God, all right.
Yeah.
I love Kensington Market. That's where I go get my birria tacos. Birria Cantina, whenever you get a chance. Amazing.
What a
birria tacos.
show off. Great pronunciation on it. So I think we've skipped you.
Yes. Oh, on the favorites?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've got to say, Canada has the best. I mean, Toronto has the best Bloody Caesars. Because we don't have that in the States.
Yeah.
And Gusto 101 does a really good one with celery salt on the rim. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, what's up with no clamato in the US?
I don't get it. And people get kind of grossed out by the word clamato, but you guys eat oysters, right?
It's kind of gross.
No, it's delicious.
Is it just like tomatoes and clams in a blender?
It's
Is that
Clamato, man. It's all good.
You're angling for a promo deal. I would hire you.
We're here. Sponsorships, we're here.
That's real.
Toronto Board of Tourism, I'm available after April.
Right. There's only so many seasons you can do. That's the multiverse. I would expand. Great. So we've got pizza. Are we still talking about food? Pizzas, burgers, donair, clamato, Bloody Caesar.
I'm gonna go off of food for a second.
Dare you?
I know, I'm sorry, Jesus. I've lived in LA for the past 10 years, so I like some foliage. I'm really into the foliage that's here, guys. And like, there's a park like 5 minutes away from me. No one's relating to this. Shut up.
She likes salads.
I love
She loves
nature.
salads.
I love salads.
Let's hear it for foliage. Claudia, have you been to Allen Gardens? No. Great, you gotta go.
Okay.
Karen can take you.
It's on my list.
I'll take you.
Do they have Bloody Caesars there?
We'll have a Bloody Caesar and we'll go.
Bring a
Okay, great.
thermos.
Clamato and foliage.
My favorite band.
Yeah.
So beautiful in March. If we may, let's move towards the show that you're a part of. I know. So I also wanted to drop something because you film all over Toronto. We see beautiful landmarks that we're familiar with, like Roy Thompson Hall. But did you also film in this building?
I think we must have at a certain point. Here's the thing, we're also spread out around the show. Like, you know, the Soups have honestly their own show, the Boys have their own show. The Deep has his own separate show.
That one can only play after 11 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, like, there's sometimes where I'm watching the show, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, like, you know, Chase filmed over there. So you guys might, I don't know. I think at a certain point they must have shot in this building.
Yeah, I was asked that earlier today. Were you at U of T campus earlier this week? And I'm like, we could have been. Because we literally have 3 separate units going on at the same time because we were trying to film everything before we wrapped.
Of course.
So we're all over the city, working on the same days, but just not with each other.
You know, the U of T campus was used for a spin-off show. So
right.
that's where they had their campus for Gen V. So that's probably where.
And that's all Karen can say.
That's all I can say.
That's all Karen
Spoilers
can say.
for another show.
Oh my gosh, you heard it here first. So a lot of you throughout the show, but season 3 too, have had some really juicy moments. Like Karen, you got to do a musical.
I know.
So, which was amazing, and we'll talk to Tomer about that tomorrow. But is there anything that someone else got to do where you were like, oh, I wish I got to do that?
I mean, some of the stuff we do on the show is pretty disgusting. So I don't know if jealousy is the right word, but I've had that feeling of like, that seems fun, maybe?
I'm done with the love sausage stuff. So over it. I literally saw a tattoo. Somebody got a tattoo of the boys on their calf, and they had me with a penis wrapped around my neck. I'm like, that's MM's legacy? Really?
Karen, do you remember when Laz found out about the whole love sausage thing? I think we were all on set together.
No, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible. Laz did not...
Which season? It happens every season.
Season 2. Season 2, I think the first time it ever happened.
We might have to use some euphemisms. There might be children in the room, so just, you know, think about how you could see. It's fine, they're Gen Z, they've seen everything, right?
Is love sausage a euphemism, or is it exactly...
It is.
Anyway, so like Laz was
With LS.
Yeah, LS. Okay, so
Nice, good save.
we were shooting a scene as a group, and we just started talking to Laz about like, hey, you have this scene where an LS wraps around your neck, and he was just like, no. He hadn't read the script yet, so he thought we were just messing with him. And then we literally showed you the script, and your face, I've never seen it make this face ever again or since. It just all dropped. You were so surprised. And every season, it's the same face.
Every season it's the same face.
Yeah, truly, they
Spoiler
just, it's things I've never seen on TV a lot of the time. How about that?
The one thing is Eric Cricky, our showrunner, and I learned this the hard way. The last thing you should ever do is let him know one of your dislikes. Because you can pretty much guarantee it'll end up in an episode that season.
Yeah. You got to be really careful. So to save you, I'm going to steer you out of this. Season 3 especially had some amazing cameos, and I'm sure you didn't share the screen with all of the superstars who came on, but is there anyone you got to meet that you were really starstruck about?
I mean, you got to work with someone amazing in season 3.
I did. Giancarlo Esposito! Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Were you a super fan going in?
Yeah. Oh, it was. I was very starstruck. I hope he never sees this because I feel like I'm normal around him. But no, I was very starstruck, and it was just such a gift to be able to work with him because he's so giving as an actor and a scene partner. So work felt very, very easy. Not that it doesn't always when I'm with you.
Well, that's
guys
what I was
too.
thinking. Why isn't it easy with us?
It is, and I redact that. No, but that was just a gift and beyond.
So great. I actually saw it was Fan Expo maybe, someone in cosplay of the guy from Los Pollos Hermanos, like his character in Breaking Bad. And I said, "Are you Gus Fring?" And he went, "Actually?" And I was like, "No, like, are you in cosplay of Gus?" I thought he was Giancarlo Esposito. Whoa. Yeah.
I do that though, like, I like on set, when I saw Jeffrey Dean Morgan for the first time, we ran into each other at base camp in the makeup trailer, and in my head, I was just like, oh, Negan is here. You know, it's like, Jeffrey, Negan. You know, and so I just kind of like got into character, and I was just very suspicious looking and checking him out and seeing if he had the bat, you know, like,
Yeah.
just making it exciting.
The confidence of that cosplayer, though, who cosplayed as Gus, is just like, actually? Like, you know he's been getting that question all day, he's feeling good.
He's like, how do I break this to you? So let's jump on, if we can, to season 4, because I want to poke a bit about it. We're gonna get there in a second, but this show has so much lore. Every season there's more lore. How do you keep up with it at this point? Any tricks? Do you write it on your arm, maybe?
I'd love that if I just had the entire lore of the show tattooed full body. No, I think when in doubt, just ask somebody on set. Everyone's very helpful, and you can just be like, "Hey, so what's happening?" And they seem cool about it. But no, it's just been. I mean, the writers keep topping themselves every season, and they keep writing very memorable things. So you're very rarely at a loss for what's happening. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It's a safe space.
It's a safe space where people can explode and, you know,
That's right.
and can
Have sausages around
Yeah,
their
exactly.
necks. Some space.
A lot of times, you know, because we get a different director for every episode, you know, we have to remind the director sometimes, because we've been living with these characters for 4 seasons, like, this crazy scene, although it appears crazy to you, and it is crazy, but to our characters, it's normal. This is their norm. They've seen a million of these things happen on a day-to-day basis, so they may not react the way a person would watching the show. You know, so seeing someone's head explode, to us, sure, it's messed up, but it's our norm. It's our life. You know, in character. Full disclosure.
Can I just say real quick, that I'm not gonna say what it is, but there was a scene that we shot this season where I found my line. Where I was like, ooh, this is too much for me. I actually had a moment watching it, and I actually had to like, usually I'm pretty good with, you know, blood and gore and all the messed up stuff we do, but this season, you were there.
I was gonna say, was
yeah.
I there?
You were there.
I think I was there.
Literally, I mean, this never happens with me, but I was like, whoop, nope, turned away. So
Yeah.
get ready for that, you'll know when you see it.
And that actually, that funny, I'm gonna piggyback on that. That was the first time in my life, not on this show, in my life, where I broke character and screamed.
Yep. I was like, Laz is going for it in this take.
And then it caught me so off guard, I was out of character at that point. I'm like, you guys aren't gonna use this take, are you? You guys aren't gonna use this take, and nobody yelled cut. So I had to get back in character and keep going. And it was fucked up.
It was really fucked up.
And matter of fact, our special effects supervisor, Stefan Steen, he tweeted about this, and
Yeah.
it went viral. And I think the tweet was, I have seen the grossest or the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life on this show now.
And he's not wrong
No,
at all.
he's not
No.
wrong. He's not wrong.
No.
I think I have the perfect saying for that, which is...
They're reading lips. Both cameras are reading lips.
I said, is it that?
It is that. It's that?
Oh, it's that. It's that.
I'm gonna alley-oop that, which is, I believe it was you spoke to someone and said that you were talking to the person who orders the blood, which is a gross job. And they said that I think in season 2 there was less than a gallon of blood. Season 3 had more than 2 gallons.
Episode 2, I think.
So the question I'm afraid to ask is how many gallons of blood in season 4?
15. I don't know.
Do you think it's more? Is that the progression?
There's other fluids.
That we're going to explore this season. It's a variety
Not
pack.
just blood, we added another element.
We're exploring the rainbow of fluids. Bodily fluids for
Won't be
everyone.
disappointed.
Wow. Well, watch for that.
Any fluid fans in the house?
Right.
Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Say fluid. Fluid. Say fluid. Fluid. Ho! I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry.
I love that, I love that.
That's the meme.
That's my favorite promo for the season coming.
Can all the trailers for season 4 just be last during a call and response about fluid?
And the screwed up part is in season 3, I got doused with fluid. Why did I just do that?
Imagine it's Clamato. Wouldn't that be the best callback?
Oh my
No, I
gosh.
wouldn't.
Sorry about that. That's pretty gross. So there are many, many people here. You've already heard me talk way too much, and I know you're over it. So fortunately, whoa, your hand is up. You are ready. We are moving to a Q&A session now. So here's how we're going to do this. First, a quick disclaimer. The trick to a Q&A, and I'm not being silly, the trick to a Q&A is you have to ask a question. People get excited, they get up, they start talking, and it ends with a period, and then no one knows what to do. They have nothing to say. We all kind of clap, but it's kind of confusing. So please end with a question mark, and that's how they know how to respond. We're gonna nail it. I have full confidence in you. So because there's so many of you, the way we're gonna do this is we have a mic over here, we have a mic over here. If you have a burning question for these 4 wonderful people, please stand up and move to the mic closest to your side of the room. You can start right now. First come, first serve. That's how we roll here. So, let's start, because you've got a great outfit on. Let's start over here.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Sorry. So to start off, I only know you Stewie from Scream because I style with my stepmom. So
Oh, cool. Nice.
But my question is, we learned that a lot of you tapped out for the first time. Looking back, what was the first time you went, oh, it's this kind of show? And then looking back, you're like, well, we were so unprepared.
That's a great question, thank you. I think I have mine. Well, you guys think about yours. For me, it was the second day I ever had on set, which was Robin passing away. The light way of putting it. It was just such an insane day. It was my second day ever, and there was a slow motion camera and a blood cannon literally aimed at my face. That's the thing you don't see, is on the other side is just dudes with like a cannon that's gonna hit you with like wadded up toilet paper for the gore, and food coloring, red dye number 5, oatmeal, all just goes right in your face at a high velocity as well. And then you gotta change. It was a lot. That was kind of I think I kind of liked that was my second day on set because it was like a, hey, welcome to the show, and that kind of prepped me for everything, except for this thing I just talked about in season 4, which you'll know when you see it. Thank you.
Beautiful, great question. Anyone else want to chime in on that one?
I think for us it was a whale, no? The first.
For me, it was love sausage.
Oh.
I'm ruined after that.
Forgot about that.
Love it. Beautiful, enough said. Okay, let's go over here in the white suit.
Hi.
Hi guys, I'm a big fan. As you can tell, I was literally jumping when I saw Jack. I'm like,
Hey man, I jumped back right with you. Hello.
Okay, the question for you is, I was really disappointed when nothing happened to Homelander. I wanted that son of a bitch. They're undone. I'm like, why is this guy not dying? I'm like, okay, we got Claudia there to handle stuff. I don't need to see Anthony anymore. Literally, I've seen him so much, do so many gross stuff. I'm like, can we get a new guy? I was so excited to see Jensen doing Soldier Boy stuff, and now he's dead. I mean, not dead, but what the heck?
So, to ramp that into a question at the end.
Okay, the question is,
Yeah.
will Homelander ever die?
We're
Who wants to
trying. We're
take
trying
that?
our best.
We're definitely trying our best.
You see us every season. We're
really
trying.
hard.
Try harder. You gotta try harder.
It's really hard to kill.
Kind of really powerful.
I mean, you guys killed
scary.
Maeve, man.
Thank you
Maeve
so
was
much.
my favorite.
You both got a good point. Great questions. So a great note. Try harder.
Yeah, we will. Great, no, we'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's go over here, Batman.
Yeah, first I want to say this is probably one of the only shows where it's better than the source material. It's literally one of the greatest shows.
Thank you.
Now, considering a lot of people, maybe even all of you guys have read the source material, you know it's deviating from what it was originally.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a conclusion that you already know, or is it kind of season by season?
Oh man, I read all of the comic books when I got the part because I knew that I would neither look nor sound nothing like comics Huey. So I wanted to like get the spirit of that character. And I know, yeah, the comic goes into some pretty interesting plot threads, especially towards the end. I actually don't know. Like, we actually don't know that far in advance what any of the scripts are going to be. Like, you know, we could be halfway through a season and not know what the end of that season is. So every time I see something from the comics, I'm like, oh, cool, they're doing a version of that. But they've been very, very good at keeping comics fans on their toes with cool references, but also ultimately like deviating. But then there are times where they do it exactly the way it is in the comics. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but I love it. I love that they're continually surprising us. Yeah. Thank you, man.
I've learned not to ask or question because they'll come up with something better anyway. Yeah.
Love it. Beautiful question. Great answer. Okay, let's go over here.
Chase, is that you? Chase?
Hi.
Yeah, that's exactly what she says. Hey, hey, hi.
Does the deep get back into the dating pool? No, you
It depends on what species you consider the dating pool.
Also depends on the pool.
Yeah, real question though. So if you, like two-part, you can answer either or other, whatever's easier, but what was the most awkward scene for you to act out so far in the show? Or if, you know, you don't want to answer that one, if you could be someone else on the show, what would be the most awkward scene for you to act out?
I know Jack's answer, but it's for something this season. And that would be the moment as well. If I had to be a character,
That'd be the moment, yeah.
So that's not helpful though. Sorry if anyone else
No,
wants to go.
did you have one that was like
An awkward moment.
the awkward moment, or was there like a scene that another character did where you're like, ooh, that'd be a rough day?
When the deep. You know the shot of, you know, when the.
Speaking to
It's.
him?
No. Can I say it?
Oh wait, is this the season 4 thing?
No, it's season 3.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, say it.
Is anyone here under 12? Are we going to say? Maybe? Okay, I'm following her.
When he's getting a fellatio from
That's the child-friendly
the
word.
creature.
Just use
The
Latin.
creature fellatio with D. That scene.
It's in my dreams.
Karen, I also saw you jump. Did you have something to say a moment ago?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like a lot of the deep scenes would be really difficult because he's, you know, acting opposite himself, basically. I witnessed in the psychiatric ward, there was a soup that had to like throw up acid, and that looked hard. They had like a tube going from the side and then also like in his mouth. And he was a trooper. He was a stuntman that did like 30 takes back to back. And I'm just like, please don't hit me with this.
Yeah, but it was even worse for Sean Blakemore, who played Lamplighter.
Oh yeah.
Because one of the times the stuntman missed. He was supposed to throw up next to his face, and he threw up on his face. So it was worse being Sean than being the stuntman that day.
Again,
Wow.
lots of fluids on our show.
I mean,
Just fluid. No one wants to be the. Thank you for that.
Wow.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it
I
going.
love it.
takes a village. Who's next? Do we go back over here? Is that right?
Hi, this is for Jack Quaid. Did your role in The Boys get you cast in Scream?
I don't know. Blood was involved in both, so probably in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if they had many links between them. I know that Eric knows the writers of that movie, so maybe that helped a bit. But I remember I had to put myself on tape for that with a certain monologue from Scream 2. And that was super intimidating to do because I love that movie and I didn't want to not do it justice. But no, I mean, the fact that I got to play around in both worlds and get covered in gore in both was a huge honor. So yeah, thank you, man.
Beautiful, thank you so much. Okay, back over here.
Hello, how are you all doing?
Doing
So
good.
good, how are you?
Good. So my question for you is, speaking of fluids, do you guys like milk?
I feel like that's a question for lads.
If you do, then how much do you drink per day?
That's very personal.
So the funny thing is that I never ask for Christmas gifts because I don't know, I'm not used to asking for stuff. And this Christmas, the only thing I asked for was a nut milk maker.
What?
Yeah, like you can make your own milks, like cashew milk, almond milk, coconut milk. So now I'm making my own milks. Mother's Milk makes his own milk. I should sell Mother's Milk. Oh my God, you are a genius.
You get 15%.
Yeah.
And I think you already got.
Would you guys drink my milk? Oh my goodness! Milk for everybody.
We have like
Thank you,
4
brother.
jingles to choose from already, just from today. What a writer's room this has
That
been.
is a good idea.
great.
Mother's Milk.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh my God.
Fantastic.
I love you. I need to name it after you. What's your name?
My name's Alan, sir.
Alan?
Yep, Alan.
Alan's Milk.
There we go. You heard it here first. Okay, we're almost out of time, so let's jump over here.
Hi, I moved to Toronto recently, and watching The Boys really helped me feel a little bit more at home here, so thank you for that. I also wanted to ask, do they keep secrets from you guys, like regarding the script? Like, did you know who the head popper was the whole time?
I did
Or
not
was it like
know.
a shock?
She didn't even
I didn't even know. No, I didn't know. They hired me and they were like, you're this really cool congresswoman. And I was like, great, amazing. And they were walking around all season and they were like, we're really excited for your character. And I was like, yeah, she's giving a speech like that. It's pretty cool. And then I got the script for episode 7 where there was just in the courtroom scene. So that was a fun surprise for all of us.
Also, speaking, just because this is I guess the tone of the room. How did they do those head explosions?
A lot of VFX, but no, but like prosthetics too. Like we come in on the day and it's either VFX or if it's someone's like part of their body. They get prosthetics in and they make a cool thing on their face, but it's usually that mixed with VFX. It looks gross, and then it looks even worse on the TV screen.
Did they have blood cannons aimed at your face?
They have
on that
so
day?
many blood cannons aimed at my face, and my favorite thing is when they say, don't anticipate. And we need to get it in one. And it's like, so yeah.
It's my favorite thing too.
It's my favorite
It
thing.
doesn't make you anticipate anything.
At all.
Puts you right at ease. Don't flinch!
To do a take 2, they have to hose everything down.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I wish they had a hose. Yeah, this is really a hose guy.
So many hoses. Let's shake things up with a non-liquid oriented question. We'll get back to it.
Okay, sure.
Or let's stick to liquid. I'm not the boss. Let's go next in line over here.
Hi there, everyone. So Karen, my friend over there, I just want to start by saying, recording me in the white phone, huge crush on you.
Oh my gosh,
But I'm going to get to my actual question. So Jack, you and Aaron, so Starlight,
Yes.
you guys were in a Creedence Clearwater music video, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh
That was like a year or two before the show even came out. How did that happen?
It's the weirdest thing. I kind of made this promise to myself of like, so what actually happened with that was we got done shooting the first season of our show, and then I had a friend who was directing that music video, and he was like, hey, would Aaron, your co-star, want to do it with you? I was like, sure. And we just went up to Montana and shot this awesome thing. And then the show came out. So it looks really, it's just this weird thing where me and Annie are in a Creedence Clearwater Revival music video, not as our characters, not playing love interests at all. And every once in a while people tweet me about it and I just want to ignore it because I just like this thing of it being like, I'm just not gonna explain this. You're wrong, you're crazy. It's my weird way of gaslighting people. But no, we shot that and it was awesome. It's just like, it was so coincidental that they came out around the same time. But we loved doing that, that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was my favorite one actually.
Thank you, thank you very much.
Nice one. Yeah, there's so much multiverse now. We don't need to explain that world.
Okay, yeah.
I think, you know what I mean?
The Creedence Clearwater Revival music video cinematic universe.
Too much. It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Great, let's go back over here.
Cool. I'm sorry. So I have a two-parter question. So we saw some musical moments in season 3. Can we see more in season 4? And if so, can we see like Butcher do like a sing and dance kind of moment?
I would love that so much.
There's definitely a Butcher dance sequence this season. I'm kidding, I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic.
The applause to be at its peak.
I'm totally kidding.
Also, if I can, was that your 2 parts? You got it, okay, nailed it. Also, a quick question, how long did it take you to learn the dance for that, and was that you really singing?
It was, yeah, it was. I was lip
Nice.
singing to my own voice, but I think it took like a month and a half to do the dance sequence, or at least learn it. Tamara and I both don't have any like background in that, so it took a really long time. But yeah, we kind of pulled through, I think.
It was amazing.
It was
so good.
so insane.
You nailed it.
The first 2 rehearsals, he had to like mimic me. He was struggling so hard. He was like, we can't get the timing right. And I was like, okay, I'll lose some weight. Yeah.
This is amazing. Beautiful work. Let's go back over here. We have time for a couple more, I think.
Hi, I wanted to ask if any of you have any favorite lines from the show, personally. For me, it was the one where Frenchie is talking about Roadrunner, and he's like, all you need is an AR-15 and meet no more. That line broke me.
That day broke all of us. On set, he was like, meet no more. We're like,
No, I have like a friend's chat, and like her name is now Meep after that line. I was like, okay. But yeah, do you have any favorite lines?
A lot of my favorite lines are from Frenchie, and I love the one, I think this was season 3, with the termite sequence, and he says, he's trying to get into my ass!
yes! So good.
I don't have one.
I mean, a lot of my favorite lines are Tamara's. I mean, my favorite Tamara line was season 3, again, where he was like, "You never appreciate my cooking, my cuisine." That really got me. I just can't believe I got to say "you played my butt like jazz" on camera. That was fun. Sometimes I do a little quote when I sign stuff, and yeah, that's my life.
I
That
like
works
the
for
one
everything.
with, what is it, the date says about Shia LaBeouf being his ghostwriter. That one killed me. That one killed me. That was it.
Nailed it. Great question. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Let's go back over here.
Hi there, big fan of the show, obviously.
I want someone to start with, like, by the way, I don't really like it.
We've had that
Oh,
before.
have you really?
Well, sort of, in a way.
Obviously, you're all very funny. The writing is very strong. Are there any improvised moments that you could tell us about that made it into the final cut?
You played my butt like jazz.
Jack does a lot. Colby does a lot.
Colby's amazing.
Colby
Colby's
is
insane.
hilarious. She ad-libs. It's a riot on set. I can't keep a straight face whenever she does it.
I think something about like I Tindered my way through Spain. That country ate my paella. That was a Colby improvised line. Everyone gets that's the cool thing about Eric being our showrunner, is that they write such amazing scripts, but they do let us, have fun with it once we get it as written. And sometimes they're nice enough to even include it in the show, which is just wonderful. but yeah, no, they've kept a surprisingly big amount of our stuff in the show, which I love. It's awesome.
Nice, great question. By the way, those clocks are wrong. If you have an appointment you're rushing off to, we still have a few more minutes to wrap this up. So we're gonna go for you, but I also want to throw a curveball, which is I feel bad for the people in the very back. Should we reverse it and someone in the back of the line asks the last question? They're nodding. So we're gonna go front of the line first, second last, and last question will be the back of this line. Sorry for everyone who didn't get a chance to ask a question. Let's go over here.
Hi, Jack. I loved you in Scream, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Like, your character, I don't want to spoil it, but if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. The new one is out, so do yourself some favor, check that out. Honestly, so in The Boys, your character is totally different, and like in that one scene when, it's that one scene in season 1 where you and Butcher, I believe, is the name, is like they're taking care of Invisible.
Yeah, translucent, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all good, no worries.
How was it getting to shoot that? Was there a specific moment in that scene where you were like, oh, I'm not doing this at all?
Thank you for the question, that's amazing. No, that was another big, I assume you're talking about the moment where and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, blow up someone with an ass bomb?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You were wording it so carefully and politely, I appreciate you. No, that was another big, like, welcome to the show moment, and they doubled the blood cannons that were aimed at me on that day. No, I mean, like, it's just so surreal, you know, and the show, it has not gotten old for me, for any of us, like doing these things and appreciating how absolutely crazy they are and how I will probably never ever film another scene where I have to blow up somebody with an ass bomb ever again. So it's this weird mixture of, you know, feeling a little weirded out by the circumstance, but also trying to like appreciate where I'm at and like take it all in, even though it's disgusting. But that scene to this day is like probably one of my favorites that I've ever shot for the show. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you so much.
Great question, thank you so much. And is it easy logistically to get? We've got someone? Okay, this is our last question, I think.
MM, what's good, man?
What's up, fam? How you?
I'm alright, bro. So we all know MM is basically against Compound V and soups. However, if you were to compromise, what type of superpower would you want to have to take on these villains?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I've always liked the combination of brains and brawn. So like, you know, the Hulk, you know, he was a super smart scientist, but then he would turn into a savage. Or Beast in the X-Men, you know, very smart, but he would rip your intestines out. So something along those lines, like if you could take the Hulk and Beast, combine them together, you know, something that he can hug you and cry with you as he rips and devours you at the same time.
The Bulk? So much.
I'm watching the action of this, and it's amazing.
That's the one.
That's a lot. We started with fluids, we ended with fluids. Please put your hands together for some wonderful cast for the boys. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, everyone.